Hi. Had a patient the other day, a client, a practice member, whatever the hell we're calling them these days, and she came to me with her daughter who had a real deep chest cough. And she said, I've done the usual. It's like, I want to make the usual coming here first. Well, we did the antibiotics, and she did the course of antibiotics, and the cough seems to be getting worse. And yeah, come here first. Right? I know according to medical doctors, the spinal adjustment is completely ineffective until you do something, right? But a lot of times, realigning the spine opens the system up so it can heal itself, right? But I had a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, we went to college together. His son was real little, and he said, I'm taking my son to the hospital. I said, why? He said, to get tubes put in his ears. I said, why would you do that? He said, because I can't fix it. I said, well, bring him in here. I said, what I do is different. And so he brought his son in, and this was 20-some years ago, maybe more, but worked on his son, and did nutrition, acupuncture, chiropractic, everything I knew to do, and we kept him from having tubes put in his ears. Right? Now, one of the things I want to tell you, if your kids suffer from ear infections, they are hell. If you didn't get them, you're lucky. Some families don't get them, from what I understand. I'll ask people, did you have earaches as a kid? And no, never had them. And I think how fortunate that is. I mean, the earaches I had as a kid were just absolutely devastating. You just can't believe how painful they were. I remember laying in my grandma's living room just crying. And my grandma and grandpa, had me on the couch close to them because they didn't know what to do. And they were playing canasta, a card game, while I was in misery. And they had me lay on a hot water bottle, and then every so often one of them would take and inhale a cigarette and blow into my ear, blow that white heat into my ear, and it was so soothing. I know that's not supposed to be good for you, I know all of that stuff, but it was really, really soothing when Grandma and Grandpa did that for me, and it didn't take the pain away, but it was soothing. And then years ago, I was in practice, and a patient came into my practice, and she said, the baby has ear infections last night, and we had to get the onion juice out. I said, what are you talking about, onion juice? Right? And what you do is you squeeze an onion, you squeeze the juice out of an onion, which is not hard to do. You get cheesecloth, you do whatever you can do to get that out of there, right? And you warm it up a little bit, and you take a dropper, or you just drip it into the ear. You have the baby put the ear up towards the, heaven, whatever, the sky, and you put those in almost instantly. It stings for an instant, and then it's very, very soothing. I was driving, we were on a road trip, and my son Ian got an earache, and it was one of those trips where, you were just getting somewhere. We were traveling from Pennsylvania to Texas, and his ear was he was in the front seat and crying, and so I went through a drive-through at White Castle, okay? Not known for the best food. I said, can I have one of those styrofoam things, can you fill it up with your onions, please? The lady said, what? I said, can you just fill up one of your styrofoam things with onions? And she said, yeah, sure. And they handed it, I said, how much? Nothing, you can have the onions. Right? But what I wanted was the juice on the onions. Right? A lady in on my lap while we were driving, and had a towel there, and would pour it into his ear, and he would jump at first, and then he would go to sleep for an hour or two. And we did that 3 or 4 times, and he got over it. So if you're having kids with earaches, definitely look at putting some onion juice in there. It is so soothing. They smell like a little bit like a salad for a while, but I think you can live with that.